Hello and welcome YouTube. Today we have a Dell Inspiron 15. There's a whole bunch of Dell Inspiron 15 models, but this is one of the most common ones. Let me show you what the problem is. So the problem, if we point the light directly onto the jack, right there, I guess you don't see anything inside the jack, right? Let's see. Is it missing altogether? Yeah, there's nothing inside, so there's no jack inside of the hole. So let me take it apart and replace the jack. We are at powerjackrepair.net. We're based out of Chicago. We replaced the jacks for $100 total. For this laptop, the jack is not on the motherboard, so the $60 doesn't apply to you. So you can either send us the whole laptop or you can replace it yourself. Let's take it apart. Right, keep in mind this is a small screw right there for the CD-ROM. Okay, we got one more screw right here. And let's see if we can remove the CD-ROM. So I just pushed it here so that the CD-ROM would come out easier. Don't pull on this thing because it's gonna just fall off. Three tiny screws right here on the side. We got a screw right here, which doesn't want to come out because something probably broke on the inside. And the next thing you want to do is kind of loosen up those two plastic pieces that hold the casing. Oh, you know what? Hold on. There might be a screw here, might be not. We flip the screen as far as possible because we don't want to damage the screen when we're going to take off the motherboard. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs right here. You need to put something sharp in there, which is not, how to say it, which is not going to cut anything on the inside. So dull and sharp at the same time. Like that, like that, and like that. Okay. Like that, wonderful. Here, let me show you how you want to disconnect this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 hinges, and the way you disconnect it, you need to rotate this black bar like that, basically perpendicular. So what you do is you put the nail in there and rotate it like that. By the way, the reason we make those videos is so that you guys do support us with your donations. You know, some people send us $1 or $2 at the PayPal link below. Sometimes if you need the part, you can buy the part from us. The link is below to the part, and you just want to remove the and right here. So that's how we keep going and record the videos. And here is basically also flip up, remove this. Now what you want to double check is you want to make sure that there's no screws under any of those cables. Oops, so we got here, 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 and there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Now, when people send us $1 or $2 on the donations, I'm not asking you to send us a donation. I'm just saying we don't spend it on new jeans or anything like that. We just put it into better cameras, better equipment, And now we're shooting for a 4K video production, which requires a powerful system and upgrade on all of the cameras, because right now, as you can see, the quality is like but it's a step up from the quality we had 10 years ago. So we've been in business for 25 years working on just the jacks, but we started to record on YouTube in 2008, 6. So it's been about 12 years or so. 12 years. All right, so here what you want to do is, you see this cable right here? You need to make sure it's gonna fall in there when you take the whole thing out. So make sure that cable is gonna be guided in when you're taking this thing outwards, like that. You see why? Because it's part of this casing right here. Now, okay, so here we found the jack. That's not the way how the jack's supposed to look like. You see the jack? Yeah, I see the jack right here. It's right here. It should be right there. Basically, you see the plastic is cracked, and that plastic is cracked, and everything here is cracked. So the way we fix it is unscrew this screw. Okay, rotate this hinge outwards. Remove this jack from the connection here, and I guess we need to raise the motherboard because I don't see where the jack plugs into the motherboard. But the jack basically broke because you see this thing? It's part of the jack. That's what holds the jack in place. This little tiny screw. So you take it out, and yeah, so that's the jack. Now let's disconnect the motherboard in order for us to remove the DC jack from the board. Here we have a speaker cable, which we want to set aside like that. Here we have another hinge for the hard drive. And what you want to do is you want to raise it upwards and then outwards, up and out. Here we have a Wi-Fi card, which we want to do is just disconnect the Wi-Fi card itself. So just disconnect the Wi-Fi, don't disconnect the cables because there is no need. So like that, set it aside. And what else we need here? Here is one screw I can see right here. Yes. By the way, Inspiron 15 is the most common model, but it doesn't mean you have exactly the same layout here, because sometimes there's a fan here. We got about 2 or 3 more videos of the Dell Inspiron 15 repairs, so you can refer to those if it's different from this model. So what I want to do is I want to disconnect the hard drive. The reason I'm disconnecting the hard drive because there is a cable right there which plugs into the motherboard, which goes all the way to right here. And the easy thing to do is you can't really pull out the motherboard and pull on this cable. So what you need to do is you want to remove this hard drive, remove this board right here. All right. Once the hard drive and the board are removed, like that, now you can take this board outwards and flip it over, like that. Don't disconnect this cable right here. This is a cable for the LCD screen. You just want to disconnect but before you're going to disconnect the cable for the jack, what you want to do is you just want to pull on it with your nails, like that. Sometimes people say, why you have such big nails? Because I always have to pull on. I mean, I can cut them shorter, but I have to use the nails in my business here. All right, so that's the jack. The jack is okay, but the arm right here is broken. And as you can see right there, we got some loose plastic right here on the inside, which we're gonna deal with a little bit later. Let me replace the jack first. So what I'm gonna do is I will, you know what, let me take a look and see if I have exactly the same replacement jack available, because that way I'm gonna save time and your time. Usually what I do is I just desolder the 3 cables in the back and solder the new jack to the cables, but if I have exactly the same, cable, I will just put the new cable in. So give me a second. Alright, so I found the similar jack. We got all of the jacks for every single laptop make and model. So you see this arm right here is what holds the jack in place. Again, Dell made it really smart. They basically make sure that the laptop gonna break in about a year or two after you start using it, because this plastic piece just basically wears out and cracks and breaks. So, but that's, I mean, they always done it, but now they do it really large scale because Dell Inspiron 15 is probably the most common model ever been produced. And now the only tiny problem might be here because this cable is slightly shorter. You see, I mean, this is a long cable right here. How they show it here? The original cable is longer. This is my cable right there, and I don't think it's gonna work here. That's what you can buy online pretty much anywhere, but the longer cable, I don't think they're available. Let me see how is it gonna go like that. And this cable is gonna be like that. Okay. So it's gonna be like that, someplace like that. How far is the connector? Okay, no. So we're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright, and so it's not a problem. Shorter cable is just fine. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is basically just gonna screw this guy in there, but because I'm not Dell, I'm not in business of squeezing money out of people, I will have to put a whole bunch of hot glue on the bottom so the jack would be stable. It's not going to be falling downwards ever. I'm going to put some hot glue on the side, and I'm going to put some hot glue in the back. That way the jack going to be dead here. Even if the plastic cracks, the DC jack will be just fine. So yeah. I mean, the Dell makes the best systems. The reason I'm saying that because I've been sued by Dell many times for doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I have to promote Dell as the best laptop there is. I can't really say anything bad about it, but they do really smart designs in terms of how to do a system that's extremely reliable. And little tiny piece, and you have to buy a new system. That's a really good, smart business move, and I would advise everybody to invest money into Dell laptops, into stocks of Dell. I'm not sure if they still publicly trade company or not. So here, but I have respect for the company. So yeah, they have a really nice lawyer team in Chicago, especially. So here, let's connect this guy right there, like that. Let's flip it over, like that. Okay. And like that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that everything is, the lengthwise is good. And this cable is sitting here properly, this cable is sitting there properly. So something like that. Now I want to drop this guy right here. Okay, like that, like that, like that, and like that. Like that. And here what we want to do is something like that. Okay, so I temporarily gonna secure the DC jack in place. Okay. I wanna do it by hand because I'm afraid everything's gonna break in here. So, what am I looking at here? I need to make sure the hinge gonna be in downward position, otherwise the hinge not gonna. Make sure that screw right here goes into the leftmost head. Let me power up the hot glue gun. By the way, in this place, I mean, if you're somewhere in Africa and if you have the access to the new jacks, you can just hot glue this particular jack with the broken plug in place. It's no big deal. It's doable. That's what I'm gonna show you right now, because many people use the same laptop all over the world. So I just want to show you that it's all fixable. Okay, so like that, like that, like that, like that, and let's put the hard drive in place. So what I do first is I plug in the drive all the way in, I close it down, I drop this guy right there, and alright, the wrong screw. Well, that should be the right screw. Why it's not going in is beyond me. Let's try another. Okay, so it went in just fine. Now, here we got the screw right there. Okay. And we got the screw right here. Okay. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Okay, so those three are there. Is that the one right here? No, that's not the one here. Okay, I found the spot here. Let me see if this... No, okay. We still need the screw right there. But it shouldn't be that long, it should be slightly shorter. So... Okay, like that. One other thing to keep in mind, if your laptop stops working all of a sudden, one of those metal pieces here, let me do a close-up. One of these metal pieces basically came off the motherboard and flying around the motherboard, shorting the board. Happens all the time on this particular model. But besides the jacks, this is a really reliable model. I highly advise everybody to buy Dell laptops. They are much better made systems and than most of the other laptops out there. So here, make sure this is inside there. Okay. You would say, dude, what are you doing? I mean, be like Dell. Just leave it like that, and you know, the next time it's gonna break, Next time it's gonna break, the client gonna send you the laptop. But you know, I'm the business. We used to give a lifetime warranty on the jacks back in the days. Now we no longer do that because the clients send us the laptops after like 5, 10 years sometimes for the warranty work. And we're like, seriously, guys, 10 years you've been using and you want us to do a warranty? I mean, the Dell only gives about a year warranty on this jack because it's supposed to break, so you would buy another laptop. But so we no longer give a lifetime warranty, we just give 30 days because if anything goes bad in 30 days, then we're gonna refund the money back to you. And nothing gonna go bad in 30 days, especially after we're done with this thing. So the cable looks fine. So I'm just gonna plug it in, see if it's gonna work. But first I need to make sure that everything is glued in properly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do glue under the jack. And you see there's so much space in there. It's made specifically so that once you move it slightly up down, it's gonna break. They could have put some plastic right there so it wouldn't have up and down motion, but instead it's up in the air on this tiny little thing so that the jack would break and you would buy a new laptop. This plastic piece needs to be worked on too. There's nothing in the back that stops it from falling inwards. So yeah, great design. I mean, I really, it's like BMW Mercedes design right there. Great cars while they're new, but they're made to break to buy new, so that people would buy more and more Mercedeses. So yeah, so we're gonna put some there, some on the side, some on the back, some on the side here. It's gonna take me a few minutes. Let me show you how to do that. And while the glue dries out, just leave a like. Feel free to donate $1 or $2. Send us your laptop if you or stop by if you're in Chicago. It takes about an hour to fix this particular laptop. All right, let me move you to the soldering chamber here. Hot glue is extremely hot. You can pretty much burn yourself with the hot glue. So the hot glue and hot glue gun you could buy. You could buy the link below. We provide all of the tools that we use: screwdrivers, glue guns, everything, right at the description below. So feel free to check it out. I will let the glue dry up a little bit, surrounded the jack with the new glue, so it should be nice. It should be perfectly nice. The glue is toxic, so try to use it in the ventilated area. Otherwise, you know it's not gonna work well for quite some time. I will give it a 2 more minutes, guys. I will come back and finish the job. Alright, so now what you want to do is you want to make sure that the plug plugs into the jack, because we use so much glue. And as you can see right here, since the jack is glued in place, there is no way it moves. It only moves a little bit. Alright, so you see it's all nice and tight. The only way it moves is on the outside, not inside. And that will prevent the jack from falling in, from going to the side, to the right side, upwards. So yeah, that's basically how the things should be done properly. No, come on. All right. So, sorry about that. Clients call all the time asking questions. The best thing is actually to send us a text. All right, here's one screw that I was searching for, and I didn't find. That screw is not supposed to be here because it comes from the back, from the top cover. That's one thing to keep in mind. By the way, now is a good time to tighten up. Now is the good time to tighten up the hinges and make sure that everything is well insulated, connected. Those two guys connected. So yeah, let's put this guy back on here. Okay, like that. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot something. Here is the tricky part, guys. There is a cable from the bottom cover, which is right there, you see. The best thing, the easiest thing to do is when you're putting the cover back on to the laptop, you need to guide that. We need to guide that cable through. No, it's kind of too late. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just to show purposes. You see this cable right here? This cable? You kind of have to guide it through this hole, and then once you snap everything together, alright, so once you snap everything together, the cable should be on the other side. You see, it's right here, it's guided through this hole. And then what you do is, you connect this guy right there, like that, close it down. You connect this guy right here, and you connect that wire right there. And where is that screw which I just misplaced? So here's that screw right here. Alrighty. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. 1, 2, 3 cables right here. And then what you do is you connect this guy. You flip this cable like that. You flip the cable like that. Make sure that it says up on the cable. And you guide it into the slot. Make sure it's nice and comfortable in there and cozy. Close it down like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Wonderful, wonderful. Like that. Okay, so we got the three screws here. Let's plug in this guy. And don't forget, this is a small screw, which is right here. Okay, we got another small screw that goes right there. That's the only silver screw right here. And then we just screw everything around the perimeter. One right there. Let's see if everything is gonna work and power up. Okay, so everything is nice and tight. Let's plug it in. Let's plug in the power supply first. Power supply plugged in, power zinc up, and now we're just gonna plug in here. And so we got the light right here. You see this light? Okay, well, it went off because the battery is not in. Let's try and plug it and power it up. And it's hard to say what's going on because nothing's going on. There was no CPU fan, right? Because nothing is spinning. My understanding is nothing is spinning right now. I don't know when it's working, when it's not working. Let's see. Is it on or is it off? Oh, finally, okay. So we got Dell right there on the screen, which for some reason going offline. I don't know, was it off or was it on? Hard to say, let's see. Alright, so again, we got Dell on the screen. Something's going on. Let's see if we move this guy, will it shut down or not? Because sometimes a loose power supply can cause the jack to go bad. I mean, it's still working. Right there. We wiggle it around, we still connect it. The battery is right here. The battery is right here. Well, anyways, my understanding, everything should be working fine. We just needed to get some juice into the laptop because it was out of juice for quite some time. Oh, it's updating use system, it says right there. So it's updating something. Again, we're at powerjackrepair.net. If you want to donate $1 or $2, feel free to do so. If you need any parts, you can buy them below. If you need any tools, fluxes, solder, whatever, you can buy them at the link below. Thank you so much for watching, and guys, if it's not too much trouble, leave a like. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.